coat on. Ready for the interview?
We're back in the car on the way home for the post-week interview. Dad's got to concentrate, so hopefully it's short and sweet. My voice is a little croaky. I've been screaming a little bit. Huddle, bring it in. Yeah. So might be hard to talk.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to look straight ahead, aren't I? Focus on the road. All right.
Calling it, that's it.
First question. So, what reflections do you have? How'd camp go for you?
Could you be a little bit more specific with your questions, please?
Fine. What were the best parts of this past week for you? Give me like the 2 highlights.
I'll give a gym highlight.
Yep.
And a classroom highlight, because those were like the 2 main aspects.
And let's add a third one, a connection relationship highlight.
Okay.
All right.
3 highlights.
Your choice of order.
Thank you. Alright, gym highlight. I think my highlight was the competitive.
When you say gym highlight, is it like a relationship that you made with Jim? Or is this in the gym?
I'm calling it.
Go ahead. Gym highlight.
Gym highlight. You want to interrupt again? Or
No, that's enough dad jokes for now.
So, my gym highlight, JYM, is just the competitiveness that basketball is played with here. In Singapore, of course, people care and people want to win and stuff. But I think here, because, well, first off, it's where basketball was founded, Springfield, but it's just played so much more in the States that it's just that much more intense and people are that much more driven because there are more opportunities to take with basketball. And so specifically, I think playing baseball, one of the games we played on the 3rd or 4th day, was super fun because we split into 2 teams and we're each playing defense and offense. And you have to get 3 stops to switch over to go from defense to offense. And then you constantly have to bring energy when you get a stop, when you score. And so the competitiveness really starts to go and the talk starts and we're up in people's faces, and that was really fun.
All right, so that's your gym highlight. What about your classroom highlight?
I think my classroom highlight is something that just covers the whole week. I think that being able to study the game to such a high level and so deeply throughout the week, it just kind of made the experience that much more like intense and really basketball, and all you do is basketball. I woke up at 7:20 every morning and went to bed at about 11 to 12 in there. And so you're constantly basketball eating or basketball, wherever it is. And so being in the classroom and learning that so deeply to then go and execute it, you really get to study and learn the footwork, the movements, and how you can really play the game really well.
Can you give me something really specific that, maybe the average viewer might not know about basketball that you really focused on in the classroom and then maybe took it into the gymnasium later on?
I think specific reads.
Okay.
So whether you have the ball or not, you're always watching where are your teammates going, as in, are you cutting? Are you moving away from the ball? Are you going towards the ball? If you have the ball, are you continuing to drive? Are you not driving? Are you passing? Is it just a one more? Do you get a chance to kind of attack? And so it's being able to understand how to do each of those things and why you do each of those things.
Yeah, I think a big one for me watching was paint touches. Yeah, 2 feet in the key, and once you get 2 feet in the key, then you've got options from there, right? And I think that was something that was really
like a reminder.
Yeah, a good reminder for me, and then just seeing all of the options that players can create from that.
I think a great connection I built was with Coach Dakota, our director. I know it felt like he treated me so well, but not in the way where it's like he's still there to push you, And so he treated me well in the way that he was striving to make me better. And I think he did that to everyone there. I think that he tried to push everyone to that next level. And so I think he gave me lots of opportunities where I could go and display my leadership, yet grow it at the same time to become a better player, but a better person as well. And so I think he truly cared about each person and was really there striving to get everyone to level up just that little bit.
Yeah, totally agree. He talked about standards versus expectations, and that's something that really resonated with me as in my role, in that, you know, all students, in this case all athletes, are held to a certain standard. Like, this is the baseline that I'm going to expect from everybody. But then when it comes to expectations, that's going to be different for each individual player. And I think, you know, you benefited from him holding you to a slightly higher expectation than some players, not all of them, but, you know, he wanted to see you bring out leadership. He wanted you to practice your leadership skills, as he did with everybody. When he saw something that he could really help grow, I guess, held you to a higher expectation. Anything particularly challenging?
Leadership moments that he kind of put me in. He like called me to the side and he was like, "I need you to go and do this." And I was like, "What?
I beg your pardon?
You need me to do what? You want me to go talk to all 160 people really loudly and get everyone's attention?" So he was giving various people like opportunities to go and lead, and so he kind of described the change in rules that we were making in a specific game. And so he told me the couple of rule changes, and he needed me to bring energy to every team. So I went around, brought everyone into a huddle, got everyone hyped, described the rule, and then exited bringing lots of energy.
But when you say everybody, it was everybody.
It was all the different baskets.
Right. And how many baskets were there?
6 separate baskets with 20-ish people at each room.
Okay. I thought there was 8 baskets.
There are 8 baskets.
Oh, but at this point in time, there are only 6 going on?
No, I think there were 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I lied.
And you had to do the same thing multiple times and go into a bunch of people who were pretty much strangers to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because that maybe makes it. That's a good question. Did that make it easier or harder doing it with your own group of guys that you knew and you've been playing with, but are pretty much all older than you? Was there anybody younger than you? A couple of the guys.
Carter.
Yeah. So majority of guys older. Some of them had going into grade 12. Some of them actually just finished grade 12. Was it harder having to say that message to them, or going over to all of the, say, basket of grade 9s and telling them?
It was definitely easier with the people I knew. Like, when you go to a camp like this where everyone is there for one reason, and that's to become a better basketball player and a better person, so 2 reasons. Like, people are there to support you.
Coach Dakota will be proud you corrected yourself there.
People are there to support you because we're all like wanting the same stuff, just wanting the same thing.
Yeah.
Compared to a camp where it's like daycare or something, and you go in and you're super hype and you're trying to share something, and people are kind of doing whatever.
Yeah.
Where here everyone's really locked in because everyone else is there doing the same thing. And so knowing them, you kind of know that they have your back a little bit, and you kind of already know them and you know that they're going to support you.
Yeah.
It's going into a new group that you don't really know. You're like, are these guys going to give me the same energy? Are they going to walk in and I'm going to look like a bozo?
Did you feel like a bozo?
No.
You didn't look like a bozo.
Thank you.
You said that everybody was locked in. Are you telling me that Dakota was able to get 160 people to lock in and listen to him whenever he needed them to?
Almost always. I think everyone has their moment where you need a break, and I think I tried really hard to not catch that break, and I think I pushed through, and then I had my nap in the car. But I know some people like kind of need a rest, and a week of hardcore basketball isn't easy, and so there are moments where people kind of doze off or aren't listening, but I think most of the time everyone's there for the same reason and trying to get better.
Right. What did you notice, or how did you how do you think he did that? Because that's a pretty amazing feat, that for 5 days, whenever he went, and it was short whistles, or whatever he did, like how did he get that culture so quickly for everybody to just lock in whenever he needed them to?
I think this relates to my previous answers where it's like everyone's there for the same reason, so everyone's wanting to lock in. And if you aren't, you're kind of held accountable to it, because if you aren't, you're kind of maybe picked on a little bit, because it's like you got to step up your game. So like if someone wasn't, we were all just quiet and we were kind of looking at you like, come on, let's go, lock in. And so I think because everyone was there for the same reason, and if you weren't locked in, everyone else like kind of got you to lock in.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because what would happen if people weren't locked in?
You were kind of stared at.
Yeah, and then and so then what? Like, why would everybody else care?
Because time, you got to be jealous of your time. You got to really take advantage of everything.
Yeah. I was impressed by the way that he was able to just command the room all the time. Do you have a refocus, and what's your focus going to be? Because you're obviously doing the social media stuff, and you've been balancing them both. You've always said all along that basketball is the driver, and the social media part is secondary to that. Does it, you still feel the same?
Yeah, I think that PGC kind of like picks you up again. Like I know I did it last summer, and I was already pretty motivated going through leading up to it, and then PGC hit, and it's like I refueled, and then I kept going. And so then it kind of like probably after the school season ended, it was kind of dying down, and I don't know, I was kind of just in my rest, sort of like basketball. I was still training 4 or 5 times a week, probably. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was still posting. I wasn't posting as much on social media, so that was kind of like my downtime. And so now I think I've kind of picked both up a little bit. I'm going in most mornings throughout the week, and I had club, and then summer, and then I went to my innovator camp, and so everything's kind of built up again.
Yep.
And so now, yeah, I'm super excited for what's next.
And so what do you see it looking like for you when we get back to Singapore?
Like, what's a day gonna look like?
Well, a day, or when you say you're going to be locked back in again, what are your next goals maybe with regards to basketball? What are your next steps? What are you thinking? I guess it's a two-parter. You talk about what it is that you want to get out of this, and what a refocus means for you. But then in order to do that, what's the sacrifice? Because something's got to give.
It is what it is. We'll see.
Man, the influences go far and wide. That was one of Dakota's favorite sayings. It is what it is. It will be what it will be. You're absolutely right.
I'm hoping that I will be able to get a gym, like on-court workout in each day, along with a gym like weights workout in each day, and then still have time to work on either filming, editing, or doing something to share with you guys. And so if I run through a day, what I'm kind of imagining, or I'd hope to do when I get back, is we go in before school and I have my on-court session, and we can do that together. Then I have school. Then when I get home, I'm hoping that we can get my workouts planned and stuff. I know Coach Dakota kind of gave me lots of cool ideas, like on what to do in the gym and how to implement it and things like that. And so that's kind of what I hope to do after school at home.
Yeah.
And then that may take an hour or so. And then any extra time before and after dinner is working on sharing my journey with you guys. And so I think I really want to try and maximize my time. But I know that keeping time on the weekends and things like that to do other interests and things is necessary.
You're going into grade 10, 3 more years of high school. What are you hoping for?
of course, a team goal would be to win CSAC, our final tournament. But in terms of me, I'm just looking forward to get back into it. I know that Coach Bull, my school team coach, creates like a really driven environment. I'm excited to kind of display what I've learned in this past week in terms of leadership and energy and those kind of traits and things like that, but also my newly developed skills as well.
Future goals for basketball? What are you thinking?
I want to go as far as I can, but like college basketball would be so cool. But I don't think I've thought about it enough in terms of like the specifics.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. Who else at camp had an influence on you?
I think there were two boys, Tristan and Carter, who I really got to know. They were my roommates, and also on some of my teams and in lots of the drills. And they knew each other before coming here, and so I think they like took me in, and it was super nice, super fun, because they were a great group of driven people, and so I think we really worked well together and kept each other going.
And they're the same age as you?
Yeah.
Going into grade 10? Yeah, nice. PGC next summer?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Point Guard College? Step 3?
Step 3.
What were you most grateful for?
The staff. I think everyone put in effort. Nobody looked like tired when you should have definitely been tired. And everyone wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Which was so fun, so great, and it made the experience that much better.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. All of the basket instructors were high energy the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool to see. And everybody cares so much about what they're doing, and they're working hard to help kids become better versions of themselves, both in basketball and in life. Right? Nice. Traffic coming from all over the place. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey. Oh. Jeez, there it goes again.
Oops.
Yeah. Maybe slow down on the corners.
Yeah, I was doing that, and then that one I saw that car coming. All right, after that minor accident, we're back.
I have no clue.
I should have a list of questions in front of me.
How are you gonna have questions for me?
You're right, I can't have questions in front of me. We need a special handshake. It's hard to do a car handshake.